CRO is one of the most underestimated levers that you can have to optimize your business. Everyone always talks about optimizing your Facebook ad structure, but nobody talks about optimizing your landing page. Conversion rate optimization is one of the only things that can double your business with just a few tests. Hi, my name is Hariom and I'm a Shopify expert and a creative head at Oyecommerz. First, let me explain what a CRO actually is. It stands for Conversion Rate Optimization. It is a process to increase the percentage of users who perform a desired action. This can be an alternative version of your website that you can run traffic to and then measure the difference between the variable, or also known as A/B testing. You can obviously optimize all kinds of things such as Facebook ads and emails, etc. But what we are today going to talk about is actually website CRO. A lot of tools like ClickFunnels actually have their A/B testing inbuilt their platform, making it really simple for you to use these things like Webflow, as well as have a very simple integration with Google Optimize. You can also use Shopify 2.0 themes, which will somewhat allow you to do A/B test on Shopify, but I would still recommend using something like Google Optimize along with it. What I recommend for CRO really depends on a lot of things. First one being your business size, your business resources, and lastly, your tech stack. Exactly what you're actually using to build your business. First, let me describe what I would do if I was just starting out in e-commerce. That is $0 to $100,000 in revenue. But with this amount of traffic coming to your store, I still strongly recommend doing CRO. You might just be a little less structured about it. You've got so many things on the go, like you're setting up, you're figuring out with your creatives. It might not just be your sole attention. Regardless of your size, I suggest starting with a post-purchase attribution survey, which is basically a bunch of questions you ask your customers after he or she has made the purchase. This is going to start getting a lot more information around why your customers are buying from you or your products. Then I would try incorporating those into my email split test. Then obviously start giving a lot more. It will start giving us a lot more information around what our customers are receptive to. Now, if you're using Shopify in just a basic theme, you might want to use a page builder. You can use something like Gem Pages or Shogun. They actually have inbuilt A/B testing, providing you have some basic design skills. If you really struggle with design or have a lot more on your plate, you might just want to hire a Shopify Plus agency. And that is where Oyecommerz would step in, where you not only get an expert to build your store, but you also get test various strategies that suit your business in terms of uplifting your CRO. I am definitely going to cover some of these theories and tests and strategies at the end of the video to show you some winning tests that have actually resulted in a lot of growth. If you're doing 500,000 to 2 million revenue, you might be ready to hire a Shopify CRO expert. This might be scary to think about because you're finally making some good profits. But if you think about it, you're probably spending a lot more on Facebook advertising. You've got to just make more to run consistent A/B tests. You're going to need a UI designer. You're also going to need a developer that can code those designs into the front end of the website. You want this developer to be able to work with the CRO tools such as Google Optimize. And the third person you need is someone who can understand CRO. In e-commerce, one of the hardest things about CRO is getting those three core elements in line. It's not only the implementation and the testing, but also the hypothesis around why this testing will work. You really need the theory and the execution to make it work. If you're hiring someone, where you go over the proposed tests you're going to do and the implementation and the results, obviously the frequency of these meetings will be determined by how many tests you're going to run, and also how many tests you can run based on the traffic you're going to your website. Ensure that you get high enough confidence level that is test is correct. You need a certain amount of traffic, and when you're going over going to a revenue over 2 million a year at great profits, you might really want to invest in your CRO team. One structure that we are looking at: head of a CRO, a UX designer, a front-end developer, data analyst, and a direct response copywriter. The head of the CRO runs the tests and the projects. If you are wondering what tests to run, I suggest ICE framework. I first read about this in Hacking Growth by Morgan Brown and Sean Ellis. The ICE framework stands for impact, confidence, and ease. Impact is how much it is going to increase your conversion goal. Confidence is based on your experience, how confident you are that it is going to work. And then ease is the implementation. You do need an external teams or a developer to actually implement these tests, and you will really it would really help frame your priorities and get more out of your CRO program. Let's head further and check a website with some winning tests and why they are so efficient. This is definitely one of my favorite tests so far. I rolled it out to any store. It has always worked out. That's not to say that is always going to work, but so far it has for me and all the brands that I work with. It's called floating add to cart. This test we are looking at now is actually, it shows the floating cart implementation on desktop. This actually helps you get huge results. The basic hypothesis is that the CTA is when the CTA is always in front of the mind, more people will add that product to the cart. We have actually been able to increase the revenue of a lot of brands that we have implemented this to, and these small design changes that made customers shop more. This other test that I actually thought of including was it is a really interesting test by simply adding a new badge to a new product on the website. We've been able to generate a great revenue uplift for our clients. Our hypothesis is that people would be more likely to purchase the new ones and feel more excited about those products. Now you might be thinking that these are like very, very small changes, and you're right, the developer can easily implement them on your site and you can easily test. Remember ICE framework, ease and the ease of implementation and ease of execution. However, if you're just getting started, you might want to really do an impactful test, such as changing the whole product page. These changes have a more significant effect versus your control of a more significant and a small change. The user experience is more likely to have a significant change in the conversion rate when you're starting out and making major changes to your product. And I really feel you should not be very too dogmatic around it, like too traditional about it when you're testing. The golden rule of thumb would be to test only one change at a time and one variable at a time. If you change more than one, you don't know whether what actually impacted the positive change and the positive result. When you're just starting out, basically you're just trying to get as many boosts as possible with very short amount of time and resources. I suggest going to competitors website that are doing CRO and make large changes at once until you get really strong baseline or a foundation that you can't beat, and then start doing some very incremental changes here and there to finally A/B test your whole landing page or the store. Final test that I wanted to show you today is social proof under the product title. Social proof is generally found really, really low, even on the major e-commerce channels, really low on the product page. By adding it a little bit higher, or maybe just below the product title, we can talk about our customer reviews and get people to add to cart quicker. So these were some tips and strategies that you can utilize that I have been implementing to make a significant impact on the CRO of many brands that I've worked with. I hope this video gave you a little bit more of insight on conversion rate optimization. If you have any questions, please just leave a comment below and we'll try to answer them all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you found this video useful. We'll be coming up with more such videos that will actually help you earn more on your Shopify store. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button.